I mentioned in the first episode that you can't block this guy's fireballs with your magical shield. I was obviously wrong on that count. Hello, welcome to episode 6 of my Legend of Zelda walkthrough, and we're getting pretty close to the end. For the next dungeon, we're going to need to get the bait. We get that from the shop that the blue ring was in, and we're also going to need to gather up another 100 rupees for the next dungeon because we're going to need it in there. So I'm going to go grind up some rupees, and I will meet you guys back in front of the first potion shop that we went to. Or if I can actually get rupees, I'll do it right here. Let's see if we can do it right here, and I'll show you where a new potion shop is. Yeah. So, I hate when that happens. Come down the screen and the rocks are right there. So, I'm going to go right here and buy a potion. And then I'm going to meet you guys at the blue ring shop after I've farmed up some money. Because I'm going to need 60, I think, for the food. And another 100 for the dungeon. So, yeah. I'm going to grind up 280. You can't even get that many. About 180 rupees or so, and I will meet you guys at the blue ring shop. Alrighty, so I'm back here at the blue ring shop, having collected the rupees that I need. Magical sword kills them in one hit, and I'm coming here to buy the food. I think this is referred to as bait in the manual. Not sure why. Well, I am fairly sure why, because you can use it to draw enemies on the overworld. I'm not going to use that particular piece, but if you put it down, like right here in the screen with all the Octoroks, they're all going to come over to where the bait is, and they're going to eat it, and you can kill them all pretty quickly. A lot of people don't know that it does that, but it does. The magical sword can just kill everything in one hit. It's awesome. Fairy here if you're running low on health, and there is an old man somewhere in the world that tells you there's a secret where fairies don't live. That's referring to this place. The only pond in the overworld that does not have a fairy sitting on top of it. Come here, blow the whistle, and it turns into sand. I didn't know ponds work like that, so next time you're at a pond, blow a whistle, and you'll make it turn to sand. Yep. Alright, Moldorm. I think it's the first time we've seen this guy. Now, I haven't been showing you a lot of the secret hint rooms and whatnot with the old men and what they've been saying, but from here on out, I'm going to show you a couple of them. Because some interesting things start happening at this dungeon. Up until this point, every time you encounter one of them, it's pretty much the same thing that's in the Japanese version. They say pretty much the same thing. Starting from here, though, they started to take a few liberties with these translations. There's a secret in the tip of the nose. No idea what that means. Possibly referring to this dungeon. But you can see the map over there at the side. Is there anything in here that actually looks like a nose? And is there any secrets that are right at the tips of them? I guess the topmost one, there's actually a secret passage there. But right here on the bottom, the only thing that there is in this room is a key that Stalfos right there is holding. That's it. No other secrets in this room, no bombable passages, just that one key. So as for what that guy's referring to, I have no idea. As for what he actually said in the Japanese version, he said, that's the Spectacle Rock guy, yeah. Spectacle Rock is the entrance to death. That hint is... Okay, that bat I just killed was designated the captain I always called them captains. They may be actually called something else. Occasionally you're going to find that there's one enemy in the room that's the captain. If you kill that enemy, it instantly kills all of the enemies in the room. And that's what happened there. I killed the Captain Keys. I killed Captain Keys. And all the other Keys just couldn't handle it, and they died as a result of me killing Captain Keys. So yeah. I was saying something about Spectacle Rock. Go over here, Morgoria. You don't have to kill these guys because they don't really drop anything. If you kill these Dodongo, they give you a blue rupee. If you kill these bats, they give you a bomb. If you kill all of these ropes, they don't give you anything. The key is sitting right there in the middle of the room. But I think this would be a good place to... I'm going to put a little info card up about these statues, because technically they're enemies even though you can't hurt them. Whoa, why am I walking towards traps? That's not a good thing. Anyway, Spectacle Rock, the entrance to death. You will find that in this dungeon, not in this dungeon, in the next dungeon. This is why you needed 100 rupees before coming in here. To get your bombs maxed out. The max you can get them is 16. And yeah, so there's actually an old man in Dungeon 8 who says Spectacle Rock is the entrance to death. But in the Japanese version, the guy in this dungeon said that. Why did they switch it? I have no idea. It seems like this tip of the nose secret thing was actually just invented for the Native American version, because it doesn't appear in the Japanese version at all. So, as for what's actually going on there, who's to say? There's a key over here. I'm going to go get it. And I'm going to just flatly walk right into Dig Dogger to do it. But that one's not that bad. But it seems like to add that in there, they kind of shifted around a lot of those little hints for the rest of the game. And they ended up leaving out 2 hints, because they added that one in, and they made up another one that was very much along the same lines of silliness. And they took out some things that were generally useful. This is where you use the food. This guy's hungry. You give him food, and he goes away and lets you pass. The map is in this room. It's right there. I'm getting murdered. I'll have my bombs out. Bomb the north wall in this room, and just keep going. You don't need to kill anything in there. Look, free money. But yeah, they took out some generally useful hints. I'll be mentioning more about them a little bit later. You have to kill everything in this room in order to proceed, obviously. Ooh, fairy, I want that. Give me fairy, give me heart. Yay. These blue goy are actually pretty stout. They can take a full hit from the magical sword. Go over here, grab another key. You have to kill all the bad guys in this room. At this point, you really don't need another key per se. If you're playing this strictly, like counting keys and whatnot, you'll need to pick up half of the keys that I picked up. There's plenty of stuff for you to go ahead and do. What am I doing? I'm fighting enemies I don't need to fight. I just put a bomb here and bomb the wall and go in here. Yes. Gotta kill everything in this room though. But this dungeon seems to be kind of a throwback to previous dungeons' enemies. I never really figured out why they did that. You can hear the boss. He's actually right down there. But you can't get there from here. We've got like 5 more rooms to go to before we can actually get to him. I always find it interesting that you can hear the boss in the little treasure room here. I was saying something. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, so we're just going to bomb the wall and keep going. That's going to happen to me a lot, probably. I should probably, wow, I can't believe I got through that without taking damage. Alright, so here we're going to fight Dig Dogger again, except this is Super Dig Dogger. He's got 3 of them in there. I don't know why this one has 3, and the boss for the last dungeon only had 1. Personally, I would have reversed that. You do not need to fight these Dodongo. Just go over here and bomb the wall and go through it. This is where I thought it was odd the first time around that I didn't have the magical wand, because you can't pull your sword out when you're cursed by these bubbles, and this room is full of wall masters, which died of 1 hit with the magical wand, magical rod. Give me that, give me that, give me that rupee. I don't like bubbles. Stop it! Alright, secret passage. You have to kill all the wall masters before you can do that. So don't try to just go over there and hit the block and run away. Alright, more Goria. You don't have to kill these guys either. This is one of the dungeons where if you don't have bombs, you actually can't progress through the dungeon properly. I mentioned in the first episode that you can't block this guy's fireballs with your magical shield. I was obviously wrong on that count. Aquamentus 1-2. Why is he the boss of level 7? I have no idea. Why didn't they bring Gleok back? I don't know. Easiest boss in the game, and level 7 boss, so yeah, I have no idea why that is. Anyway, been going for kind of a long time with this episode. Next time we're going to hit up Dungeon 8 and start wrapping things up on the first quest, so I will see you then.